Indigenous peoples around the world is more than 460 million, living in 93 countries and 6% of the total global population. And these indigenous peoples are living and nurturing different ecosystems, from forests to rivers to mountains to savanna to deserts and other ecosystems. Now, historically, indigenous peoples have nurtured these ecosystems as a matter of collective survival. And that collective survival is not only the survival of the present generation, but the future generations. So practices and values revolve around this relationship with nature in an interdependent, harmonious relationship so that humanity can survive now and the future. And that is why we, as indigenous peoples, say that a stewardship of nature is our lifestyle. It is in our DNA. It is in our cultures. It is in our identities. It is our dignity as peoples. When we're talking of protection of the environment, or say the destruction of environment, what do indigenous peoples do? We defend. That is the right thing to do for us. Let us not forget that states were created by taking over our lands and resources. It was through colonization, forced assimilation, that started that historical marginalization and conflict with indigenous peoples. That is the reason why there's so many conflicts, because in indigenous territories, because business wants to take over, and legally they are allowed by the state to take over, and we are evicted. We are evicted by business on one side and conservation on the other side. When we use our resources for our livelihoods, that's not considered conservation. That's considered destruction. And so in this whole context, we're criminalized, because legally we are not the owners of these resources. When we say human rights-based approach for indigenous peoples, we mean the protection of our land, territories, and resources, an end to land grabbing. We need to be on the table for decision making. That is our right.